Hey, welcome back to the Signature Movement. It's your girl Tanya D. Floyd. I'm in my office right now trying to get myself together. This is it's all part of my fortress, my fortress of solitude, but my bedroom is where I go to be protected and to regroup and that kind of thing. It's a whole different vibe and color scheme in there to help keep me grounded and calm. And then down here is a little bit brighter and lighter and more cheerful, and the colors is, popping, but because I need inspiration and to keep going while I'm working. So that was very deliberate how I did it. But yeah, I'm in my office because I need the colors to embrace me and give me something because I'm out of ideas. Um, I usually don't want to share too much information with you all because I'm supposed to be uplifting and encouraging and giving you ideas and solutions is kind of what I do. But currently, I'm having a hard time because, people are trying to do things to my life. Look at this. I got hand sanitizer. I got lip balm. I don't have hand lotion for me. I got body care products to sell. I don't have a hand lotion in my office for me to use. How about that? I gotta work on that. But I made this little find when I came down here. This is my tumbler, my Make Signature Moves tumbler that I customized. I have my signature butterfly going on, but I didn't realize until I put my iced tea in there that it's color changing vinyl. How about that? See, it's the little things. God know. He just pick me back up. But yeah, I gotta find this. So this came in one of the little mystery baskets from Expressions Vinyl. So I didn't order it and I didn't know they had it, but I gotta go find it now because I need that in all the colors. Cause I do, cause like bacon, cause bacon. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm stalling. So here's what's going on with your girl, Tony D. Floyd. I don't know. First, I want to say, for all those who hit the subscribe button, I want to thank you because you didn't have to. If you like a video, thank you because you didn't have to. Um, but a lot of you probably don't know who I am or why you should even care what I say. Well, let me give you a little bit of background. Well, for the full history, you can go to makesignaturemoves.com and check out the book section and, my blog. You can find out anything you want to know about who I am and why I do what I do and why I talk the way I talk and all that. It's in there. It's like, maybe taking a workshop or something. It ain't all in one place, but it's in there. But yeah. Who am I? Why do you care? I am a Washington, D.C. native. I went to D.C. public schools. I went to Theodore Roosevelt, the real Roosevelt. Them Eleanor people out here in PG County think they all love it, but no, they not. I went to the real Roosevelt. But anyway, I'm from D.C. I didn't really think a lot of myself coming up. Wasn't all that special to me until one day I realized that I had some things going on. And I've been finding out new things along the way, so don't think I got all the answers, and I don't think I'm done yet. But anyway, I had my first real interaction with people, like the people, like all of you in the public. I'm not a celebrity by a long shot, but strangers who had nothing to do with my life. I first reached them when I wrote my first book in 2005, and I got that published. From where I stand, it is what it is. It was a book of poetry. 2005. I never forget, I was so shocked and happy at the same time. Like, I wrote a whole book and people bought it, and wow. And then I just kept writing books from there, but I thought I would just stay behind the scenes and never ever step out into the light for any reason because, it's just me. I'm not all that special. So, Then I turned the books and the thoughts and the stuff that wouldn't leave me alone going in my head into a email that I would send to a bunch of different people that I knew and some people that they would recommend to me. And I never knew, I still don't know a lot of the people I was sending it to, but I send these emails every day with positive messages and, perspective and think about this and what about that kind of stuff. And then I said, hey, well, let's put that in the book too. So I made it 2 volumes because there was a lot of them. First, I did a calendar just for the family, but I said, no, there's not enough people. People need to hear this because a lot of people need perspective, and a lot of people just, you got something to say, just send it to the people. So I sent it out to the people in the form of 2 books, Timeless Thoughts and Words of Wisdom for the Mind of Tanya D. Floyd. And that's the name of my blog, as a matter of fact, From the Mind of Tanya D. Floyd. So if you see hashtag FTMOTDF, that's what it means. From the Mind of Tanya D. Floyd. Everything I do, from the mind of Tanya D. Floyd. Everything I type, I usually put that hashtag. Everything I create, I try to put that on it. Sometimes, I leave it off the t-shirts for the kids or whatever. But Tanya D. Floyd has some things to say because she's seen and done some things. And it matters because you can use it and it can help you. And even if I didn't appreciate it before, I do. Like, you ever watched a video or a reel or just TikTok, anything, and you just came across it on a humble and you was like, hey, I didn't know I needed to hear that today, but yes, I really appreciated hearing that today. That's what I want to be for the people. I don't know who the people are. I don't know how many the people are, but I need to be that for the people who need to hear what I got to say, right? Because it's all part of the purpose. Anyway, this is not really what I came to say, but bear with me. So, oh, Lord. All right, let's get to what's going on with me right now. So, I built some things, and along the way, it allowed me to buy a house and DIY, and all the DIY for all the years that we were here. We ain't had no money in the beginning. Got me into Signature Moves with Tanya D. Floyd, as in we do renovations now. Now, all along, I've been helping people with their designs, just as an art thing, as a creative thing. I always have suggestions for how people should arrange their spaces, but I ain't never get paid for it before. So I eventually turned it into an actual business called Signature Interiors. That was a few years back. And then I realized, wow, just like everything else, well, that was kind of too small. It didn't fit anymore. So we started doing exteriors. We started doing all different kinds of things. So I didn't want to be pigeonholed with that name. And then a lot of people on the internet had that name too in different places. So I just said, you know what? I want a big umbrella that'll fit any of the things I come up with in the future. So now it's Signature Moves with Tanya D. Floyd. Everything I do is going to be a signature move. Every creation, every book, everything I come up with is going to be a signature move because it's something I was happy to put my name on. I signed it because I created it. So that's who I am in a nutshell, right? I got kids. I got grandkids. Well, I got one on the way. So I have one here and one on the way. My businesses, my baking business is pretty much set up where it's ready to go. If you need something today, I got everything I need to make you that something and have it to you in the next 24 hours, maybe 48, depending on how much and, how far I got to go to get some obscure thing. But for the most part, I'm ready to go. Business all the way set up. Website ready. Taking orders online. We doing all that. We ready. We got delivery. Everything set up. So I did that. We got the renovation side set up. Everything ready to go. If you hire me today to do a project, I can call people and have them over there as soon as you give me that deposit. We doing demo. We ready to go. Everything is the way I envisioned it to work. Even my website. Well, sometimes the website be launching. It's a little glitchy because when I integrate my Square, which is how I sell the products online, my e-commerce solution, I don't use what everybody else uses. I use Square. So when I integrate that with my website and my WooCommerce, who puts the stuff onto my Facebook and my Instagram pages, sometimes they don't talk right. And you can't really tell what's going on in the inventory and this and that. But if you go to my website and you click on that shop link, it's always going to work. Don't even worry about it. The one that says shopping. It's 3 pictures on there in the middle. You got does it say design or style? It might say style, and then you got one that says real estate, and then you got one that says shopping. Go to the shopping one. Click the picture with the cupcake on it. Every time your cart gonna work, all that's gonna work. So don't even worry about the glitch. You ain't never gonna notice it. But anyway, so yeah, I set up all these things, and I made it so that it could be sort of autonomous. So it'll be working while I'm not even sitting there making it go. It took me some time. It took a lot of research. You know what I didn't have to do it with? A team. It was me. I built that. I fixed that 1,000 different times, but it was me. Okay? The house I live in, the house I keep doing things to make it, stay current and marketable and make people come in and say, oh, I want you to do mine too. All the things that I do, I did. I made it. I put it here. I fixed it. I chose the colors. Everything. It was me. It wasn't a team. It wasn't a man. It wasn't, loan or what do you call it? Venture capital. It was none of that. It was me. Okay? So imagine how I feel when I get a copy of a lawsuit handed to me from a contractor who did work on my house in 2017. I'm offended. Okay? Put that to the side though. That's going to have to, like my girlfriend say, that's going to have to run in the background program while you do some other things over here in the front. So anyway, did I tell you about the fire? Okay, in 2017 we had a fire. Almost 5 years ago today. It was April 13th. So 5 years ago yesterday we had a fire. Now there's 5 different layers of destruction that happened with the fire. What the fire actually touched, the smoke that attached itself to everything from the fire, the water that they used to put out the fire, the trampling that the fire department did to get in the house, up the steps, in every room, checking all the stuff, and then glass that broke from all the windows they knocked out, trying to get smoke out of the house. Okay? So I got water running down my steps, coming through my light fixtures in here. I had firefighters' boots everywhere, just stomping on stuff. it was chaos. It was a whole mess, right? I was kind of tore up, even though I knew in the back of my mind I was going to get that new kitchen I had been wanting for 5 years. Okay? I wanted a kitchen so bad. I was dreaming and writing it down and making it plain. I had diagrams of how I wanted the cabinets laid out. I had it all ready. I was like, oh, let's go, right? So anyway, 5 years ago, had a contractor come do some work. He didn't finish the work. He didn't even do a good job on the work he did. So, he got paid what he got paid for what he actually did. Even the parts that he did wrong, he got paid for what he did. Okay? In the state of Maryland, you have a 3-year statute of limitations on contracts that you sign and on home improvement issues. So if you have an issue with a contractor and you want to go to the guarantee fund and say they messed up this, that, and the other and compensate me for my loss or what I had to do to fix what they broke and that whole thing, you got 3 years to go to the guarantee fund and say, hey, I want this fixed and give me my money. Or if you sign a contract on something and like a debt, even a debt, if somebody wants to sue you for something in the state of Maryland, they pretty much got 3 years to do it. So at just shy of 3 years, they sued me. And instead of me going first and saying to the commission they didn't do a good job, fix this for me, I said, you know what? I am consumed with anger. I don't like who I'm becoming. This is taking up way too much of my time and energy because I was really taking it personal. Again, I built all this. You don't just get to come in and say, you know what? I'm going to treat you like anything because you got an insurance policy, don't you? It's their money, not yours. You don't get to come in and say, you know what? She look like she might be able to do X, Y, and Z or come up with blah, blah, blah. So, long story short, the people did some things and they came up with some numbers that ain't mathing in my life. I don't even know where these numbers came from, but $68,000 is what they're suing me for. Okay? I'm going to give you a second process. 68 grand. Okay. If I want to settle, it's going to cost me roughly half of that. But I had to pay an attorney. So add that. And then I found myself without an attorney, and I had to find a new attorney. I haven't found a new attorney yet. My clock is ticking. So I'm in a little bit of trouble, right? So I'm thinking, I was talking to an attorney that I was trying to hire, but basically what I heard was, for $1,000, we can come in here behind this other attorney and figure out where it is right now and then take it from there. $1,000, yeah. So all in, I would have spent roughly 25 grand in legal fees trying to avoid paying them $68,000 for messing up the project that they didn't finish. Let me give you 5 seconds to think about that. I've been thinking about it for a long time. But it's a lot. And I'm tired of thinking about it, but I can't really put it in my pocket because where I'm at right now is running out of time. $25,000 if I hire this next attorney, and then maybe or maybe not win. Because basically what I'm hearing from the attorneys, let me tell you about attorneys. Everybody has an opinion on how they are. Most people don't like them. I have assessed that most of the attorneys that I talked to, first of all, a lot of them didn't even return my call, but the ones that I've talked to make me feel like they don't have time. Whatever it is, they don't really have time for this. It ain't their problem. They know the law, they know the procedure. That's what you're really paying them for, to use the procedure, to navigate through the hoops, to meet the deadlines, and to know the law, what you can and can't have, what they can and can't do. That's what you're paying them for. But they really don't have time to listen when I say, this is what happened. I don't owe them. If anything, they owe me. And I need this to go away because it's crap. They don't want to hear none of that. I got 1,000,000 pages of I don't owe them this money and here's why. But they don't have time to look at my 1,000,000 pages either. They don't have time to listen to the timeline or, find out all the details. They don't care about none of that. Well, you should probably settle, is what I keep hearing. It's going to cost you. So you should probably settle. But is there anybody out there who understands why I don't want to settle? Like, what? I built this. And it's like you build a house, you sitting on your porch enjoying it, and somebody walks up and be like, give me that swing. It's my swing. What you talking about? I built this swing. I ain't giving you this swing. Yeah, you are. Give me that swing. She owe me for that swing, because back in the day, once upon a time, I did X, Y, and Z in this house, and she ain't even paid me my extra $5 for doing this thing that blah blah blah, whatever. Just come out their back pocket with, she owe me because of this thing that happened 5 years ago, and yeah, give me the swing. No, you ain't getting my swing. Or they come up and go, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? And then you talk to them for a minute, and they tie your hands up, and they want you to sit still with your hands tied and your feet tied so you can watch them take everything out your house and just walk away with it. That's how I feel. You just gonna bind my hands and feet and take all my stuff, and all I can do is sit there, maybe roll around in grief, and I might be able to scream and holler, but ain't nobody coming to help me. Ain't nobody gonna just, say, here's 25, 30 grand for you to leave her stuff alone. Like, I'm still gonna make this shirt. Don't steal my idea. But I had this idea one day just out the blue for a shirt that says, sis, the lifeboat ain't coming. Put your kids on your back and swim. That's how it is out here for these single moms. For me, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna put all y'all in it. That's how it is for me. Swim with your kids on your back, cause the boat ain't coming, girl. It ain't coming. You gonna drown if you don't. So your choices are really shitty, but some would say, well, at least you got a choice. Do you really though? Do you really? So $68,000 in a judgment, or $30-something thousand in another car that ain't got no car to drive, but it's a car note, or $25,000 ish, and some lawyers to be like, well, let me just use this procedure and see what happens. They don't say it like, well, yeah, I believe in you. I believe, everything you're saying, and I think we can win. No, ain't no. It's just, well, it's a toss up. We gonna see. It's your money. You want to pay me out? That's fine. Really? Is this really the best I can get? What is this? What is this? So that's where I'm at, and I'm laughing, and I'm I don't know. I'm just in a place, cause I usually have answers. I have solutions for people and their stuff, but this is really not a good choice to have. Oh, and let's talk about the 25 grand. Where's it coming from? Well, I don't know. I've already paid on the first lawyer, but I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to come up with this money for the next lawyer. So now let's go back to I built this. So got the house all the way situated like I wanted. After they left, I hired some people. The people I was working with recently on my team, I worked with those people 5 years ago to bring my house up to my standards. I added a few things. I changed some things, but I fixed everything. It was just right for us, right? So now I have equity in the house. I know you will hear me say that you should invest in yourself. You will hear me say you should invest in property. You will hear me say you should invest in probably a couple of other things before it's all said and done. But I never took equity out of my house because as a principal, I just feel like, here's the thing. I have life insurance. My kids will be able to bury me if anything should happen to me before, we all ready for it to happen. It's going to be okay financially because I got insurance to bury me or cremate me or whatever you want to do. I don't care. I ain't going to be here. I don't even care how you do it. Just cremate me. It's fine. It's cheap. Ain't nobody got to come to no graves because I ain't in there. Just know that I'm not there. But, bury me, whatever. And then you will always have the equity I left in the house. Because as much as you heard me say in my other video that I'm not ready to go and I don't think that they can handle it if I do go, I also believe that if I do go, I don't want them to be unprepared or ass out. So I left them equity in the house so that, they could still have a home. And if any vultures came around taking, trying to take things, they could pay for that too. So based on the amount I owe on my house and the way the mortgage is set up right now, they could live here. One of them can live here and take care of my youngest. Or all of them can live here and take care of each other. And a couple of other people probably. But nobody's going to be on those streets and nobody's going to be ass out because it's right here. I built this for us. Okay? All of us. The future us. The us we ain't met yet. We going to always have this. Don't sell it unless you absolutely have to. And then take the hundreds of thousands of dollars that you're going to get on the other end and invest it in something else for the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? This is how I was thinking when I put it all together. I was not thinking, Well, just cut off this $68,000 piece right here and give it to these people who ain't mean us no good in the first place. I never intended to cut off this little chunk right here and give it to the lawyer, and then cut off this other little chunk right here and give it to the people who the lawyers were supposed to help us, be protected from in court, and they won anyway. So 50 grand or 68 grand, I didn't have it to cut off and give it to them. Okay? I built this for us. So I'm still going through the whole why would anybody want to steal from me? Because I don't really have nothing. And then I'm going through the whole how am I going to get it out in the first place? Like, follow me on this. I got 2 business entities registered with the state of Maryland. Signature Moves and Signature Suites. Each of those comes with expenses. Each of those comes with tax deductions, yeah, but mostly expenses to keep them running smoothly, right? So you heard me say in one of my other videos how I got my personal credit just right so that I could get my business credit right. Here's the thing. All the videos won't tell you how to get your business credit set up without a personal guarantee, but you already have to have some business credit for them to use to judge whether you're a good credit risk or not. So either your business is already set up and got credit running that they can check, or you're going to have good personal credit for them to check so they can give you the credit in the first place. So me, still building, I got credit for my personal and one of my businesses. They still won't let me do this whole Signature Suites thing because it makes less than half of the other thing. Long story, but if you can follow. So in me doing all the building and opening up the credit accounts, now it's in the process. So it's like, I got all these inquiries and I got all these new accounts in all these places. So if I say, give me this home equity loan right quick, they're going to look at my credit and be like, Miss Floyd, you've been doing a little bit too much. I don't think so. So where am I getting this 25 grand from? I don't know. And I keep saying 25 because even though some of it's already out there, it's still 25 when you come down to it. The whole bottom line is going to be $25,000 when I'm out of court. Okay? If not more. So yeah, because it's umpteen right now on the table. Okay. So yeah, all of that is going on in my head. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't have time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the wherewithal. I don't have the audacity. I don't have the time. Definitely don't have the money. I am not liquid. If I'm going to be honest, I'm in a good place with all of my things where they can grow and move forward and provide. But if I had to pull something out right now, it's just not going to happen. I do have this one other thing I'm waiting on, but I don't know what they're going to say. Because my business doesn't have any debt. Even though I just opened up the credit accounts, I don't have any debt. I don't owe anybody anything on those. I used them, I paid them. I got some new ones I haven't touched yet. But it's not a place where I can pull $1,000. Well, maybe. But it's a strong maybe. Because when I was looking to do something last month, the guy said he could help me out, but that was to buy like equipment and things specifically for the business, not like liquidating cash so that I can use it for legal fees. You know what I'm saying? I'm so not feeling this. So anyway, do you have any ideas? I'm gonna ask you this time. I have nothing. But I keep looking at this butterfly because I really like how it's, you know, it's a little bit soothing. Just watch it go back and forth. Nice surprise. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It all sucks. But this is reality. You got just a little bit of something, somebody always gonna want to take it from you. I don't even know why. I mean, I'm not gonna ever ask why me, Lord. Like, why do I have to suffer? Everybody suffers. But I do want to know, like, why in the grand scheme of things on this earth would people just target me? I'm nobody, right? I'm not really making no noise. I'm just me. So, I don't know. But yeah, I think it's part of their business model. I think that this particular company goes out and like sizes people up in their situation, their financial ability. I think they size them up and they come up with these secret charges and they throw them into the mix at the end of the project and go, well, you responsible. If the insurance don't pay, then you gotta pay. So that's how they get you in court. If the insurance says, no, we're not paying that, they get to take you because you signed a contract with them. Be aware. Read everything. I'm only able to produce 1 million pages worth of I don't owe them money because I read everything and I saw the pattern developing and I said, nope, this ain't right. So it went the way it went, but they waited and they came back. And I'm wondering how many other people they did that to. Just wait them out, come back to court when you might not have the papers, when you might not have the money. Just see what happens. And then they go through, and at some point they win by like default because you couldn't fight them no more, or because, you know, somebody knew something technical that you didn't know about the process, or because the judge didn't want to hear all the details like the lawyers don't want to hear. He just wanted to hear somebody say, well, this wasn't done properly by X, Y, and Z code or spec, blah, blah, blah. And you got to pay the expert to say that for you. So I forgot that's another fee. So yeah, that's where we at. Now, no matter what goes down, I've already run through all the scenarios in my head of, you know, if I end up with a judgment for the $68,000, it's going to hurt real bad. And I'm going to have to rebuild at some point, but I built it in the first place. So, of course, I can rebuild it. It's just going to take time I really don't have. And it's going to make me feel so defeated. But if I just make a deal and agree to the $30-something thousand, I can still pay that. I can still be moving forward, but why am I paying somebody that kind of money to give me nothing? It's not going to make me no money. That's going to set me back. But again, I built it so I can rebuild it, right? Pay the lawyers, go through the whole thing. It might still end up paying $60-something thousand. I don't know. But I built it. I can build it again, right? But I don't know how much time I got. None of us do. I'm not saying it to be morbid, but every day of my life, I'm out here moving as if I'm not going to be here. So I'm setting things in place for those that I care about when I'm gone. And for me while I'm here, let's not forget that I like my stuff too. So I'm doing it for me too. But the point is, I don't have no chunks to be just handing out to people. Okay? I'm tired of people. Leave me alone. Go somewhere and sit down. But all of that is just me in the moment, talking and feeling and thinking. But the ultimate question is, what am I supposed to be learning from this experience? And what is it supposed to be doing to make me a better person? So when I'm not laying in the bed watching stuff to try to keep my mind off of the stuff that's in front of me, so, you know, leaving it running in the background program, when I'm not doing those things, I'm actively trying to find ways to make this thing go away. Like, fix it. I gotta keep moving or else I'm gonna be laid out on the floor somewhere. Like, they just took the foundation from under everything I built. Really? Jeez, man. It's tough out here. So, I just wanted you to know I've been over here quiet, kind of in the corner, letting God work with me. Like Job with the boils, he was all alone. They was making fun of him and everything. Somebody out there, probably one of my cousins right now, going, "Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Oh, ooh, she finally having some problems, huh? Ooh, yay." Somebody doing that, believe it or not. Somebody is happy for my pain. But I'm going to sit there and I'm going to give a witness through my actions. I am going to be faithful. I mean, in order to give a witness, you got to be giving it to somebody, right? You got to be telling it to somebody. You got to be sharing it with somebody. Or else they'll never know what happened and they can never be encouraged by it. So here you go. I'm sharing. I wasn't going to tell y'all. Because I was going to just work through it and let you know at the end how it went and how I could pick myself back up off the ground. But something told me this morning I need to just put it out there. So I don't know why. I don't know who. I don't know what we're going to do with it. But there you go. That's what's going on with me. Meanwhile, buy a shirt, buy a mug, buy a tumbler. I'm about to make some new ones with the color change. I gotta wait for it to come, but still, I got some pretty colors in the meantime. Buy some body care, buy a book. Please and thank you. MakeSignatureMoves.com. You want to help a sister out? Support the craft. I built it. Worst come to worst, I just had to build it again. Hope I got time. Toodles.